Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Bushcraft with another video, and as title you can plainly see is hopefully everybody's made it through this bad storm that we had since Friday. Well, some had it Thursday, and some had it Friday, some had it Saturday. Some people are still going through it. As you know, I put out a video stating that a major grid with 13 states and even parts of Canada were told to reduce the usage of your electricity during Christmas Eve and Christmas. Evidently, we made it through. There are some that probably did lose power because I did get a lot of reports of people that had rolling blackouts that lasted 15 to 20 minutes, some an hour. I did lose power at the beginning of it when the wind started blowing really bad and whatnot. Didn't know how long the power was going to be out. Of course, you contact the power company and it should be anywhere from 8 hours to 2 days, basically. So what did I do during this time? Well, I've got many choices to choose from. I could go out and get my generator to keep the house warm and whatnot, but I chose to wait. Like I said, it was early in the morning when we did lose it. It was, and my first thought was make sure the pipes have running water going through them, because if the water sits in a pipe, it'll freeze a lot easier than a running water. So all the faucets, I made a little drip on each and every one of them. Gathered my son, told him we were going to hunker down in the living room, closed off everything that we could, blankets over doorways or closed the doorways, and lit up my kerosene heater. Now, there are people that will not use kerosene indoors or anything like that, but I've had kerosene heaters in apartments. I've had it in garages and everything like that. I've never had any issues with carbon monoxide or anything. Plus, I have in the same room that was in, I have a carbon monoxide detector, so I was safe. Which everybody should have those in your home, no matter what. Fire detectors or smoke detectors, whatever you want to call them, and carbon monoxide detectors. That should be a must for everybody. Ran the kerosene heater. It was a nice toasty 75 degrees in that one room, but we kept warm. Didn't run too much other stuff. I had lights and stuff, like I have my solar lights and things like that. And that's what we do to prepare. In the backups, I had, I can always go out and get my generator and hook them electric heaters. I'm never too big on them buddy heaters. A lot of people swear by them. I've known 2 people that have them, and they have burned up if they are used for more than 8 hours. So I go with stuff that's more reliable for me, and that would be a kerosene heater. I had another 15 gallons of kerosene. Well, actually, it's number 2 diesel, but same thing. And this thing will go for like 12 hours on 4 gallons of fuel. So I had plenty to last me. Power was only out for 3 hours, so it wasn't that big of a deal. We packed things up, put everything back where they should be, went about our way. It did get really cold, and yes, I did bring in my rabbits from the cold because I care about animals. So I know there's a lot of people who, oh, they're used to that, but it's just me. So I'm wanting to know if something like this happened to you during below freezing temperatures, how would you go about surviving it? Would you just hunker in a corner and get under a bunch of blankets, which could work? I mean, I have sleeping bags that are supposed to be 40 below. I don't want to test that, but that's one way of doing it. I think there's should be always a backup to your backup to your backup. Now I have the kerosene heater when there's no power. The next thing is I do have propane, which I do have a propane heater that will go onto the barbecue size, the small propane tanks. I don't like using that one because I do think that puts off a bit too much heat. It's more for a bigger garage and stuff, but that's a backup. Plus, I do have other fuel sources. I have cook stoves that have that. Unfortunately, I can't have a wood stove in this area. I could probably get away with having one in the basement, but that's just the way it is. And then if those 3 fail, or those 2 fail, there's candles, which candles throw out a lot of heat. I have the little the kerosene type lanterns. Those throw out a lot of heat. After that, then I get the generator. I mean, that could have been the first choice. I could have brought the generator up to the house and got it running and ran electric heaters in the room and stuff like that. But I think that is the last resort, that one right there. As far as pipes and stuff, I've heard a lot of people talk about ways of protecting your pipes and things. Electric tape. Yeah, electric tape is awesome. I used to have it in my well house when I had my own well and stuff. But when you have no power, you have no electricity, hence no electric tape. Another thing is the old-fashioned light bulbs that actually threw out heat. Again, that's electricity. One way is letting the water run. That's a good way. Another way is, which is kind of harder, unless you have a way to bleed your pipes. And what I'm saying about that is you can turn off your water and then run your pipes, but there's still water in those pipes. And unless you have a way to drain out that excess water, those can still freeze. And that's a thing to prepare for. If your power goes out and you're in a freeze area, and it's going to be this way for more than 4 to 8 hours, which is all it would take to freeze pipes, then you would have to have something built in to do this. A little a water hose spigot at the very bottom of your lines to where you can open it up and drain the whole line. They do make bleeders and things like that. But that's how to protect your pipes. But the most important thing is to protect your family, yourself, and things like that. Always have a backup to a backup to a backup. That's the best way I can think of anything. And it got me thinking a lot when we had no power. What other ways could I heat? I do have battery operated soles for your feet, vest. The vest will actually keep you warm for 8 hours, a full charge. And it's rechargeable. So if you have means like solar or things like that, you can recharge those things. I have a lot of power banks, not a lot of power banks, but the small power bricks and things like that. I've showed them. I've done reviews on them and things like that. And these are ones that I would actually use myself, and I do use. There are some that I have got sent that are very bad that I will not do a review on. And I tell everybody, if they send me stuff, if it's something that I would use and put my channel behind it, then I will do a video. If not, it won't get on there. I do have a few places that have got mad because of that, because I told them, well, I don't think this is very good because it broke on me or whatever the case may be. And I don't hear from them anymore. But that's just the way it is. But like I said, I just wanted to get on here and I wanted to bring awareness. If you lost your power, some people did, and some people had to go a couple days without power during this storm. What about the next storm? What if it rained really bad and then we got that bad freezing storm? There would have been more power outages than there was. And we can always talk about the power. We're supposed to be switching to electric cars, and we can't even make it through Christmas without our power grid going down. Although, I want to thank everybody for watching, and like always, God bless.